Hi there, I hope all is well. I'm sorry I was kind of gone for a while. We had another passing in my family, so I decided to take a break. But I'm back and I'm so happy to be back. And today I thought, why don't I give you some ideas for Lent, which I personally did and hope to possibly do in the future. And I hope you're well. And so let's just get right into the 5 ideas, which I think are going to be amazing for you. But before we do, let's just remember what exactly Lent is. We are trying to replicate Jesus' sacrifice when he went into the desert for 40 days. And we are also preparing for Easter and the death of Jesus, which happened the Friday. But then we will be celebrating the Sunday as that was his resurrection, right? Okay, so the first one is quitting social media for the 40 days. I did this, I think, my sophomore year of high school, and it was the most life-changing thing, and it still affects me today. It was probably the best Lent choice that I ever made in my entire life, because I didn't realize how addicted I was to social media at the time, and I was relying so much on that in order for me to, it was almost like my distraction from the world. And from quitting for 40 days, I became so much more productive, and I was able to kind of realize how I was living my life through a screen, and it was not great. But so I highly recommend this for people who are kind of struggling with that and they're always on their phone. If you have a lot of screen time and you get your report on, if you have an iPhone, you get your report and it's really big, I highly recommend that you do this one because it just allows you to step back. And I don't know why, but it was just such a mental and psychological solution to me. It helped in all aspects of my life just from quitting social media. So no Instagram, Snapchat, whatever else, Facebook, nothing. You can't go on it, you can't post, you can't look. Delete the apps, don't go on it for 40 days. Highly recommend. It's probably going to be the most life-changing thing ever, because after those 40 days, I didn't even get the apps back. I was done. And to this day, I'm using it again, but not as much as I was before. I only use it for my sewing business. And that's pretty much it. I don't use social media anymore, which is amazing. So highly recommend the social media one. Second one, which is what I'm going to be doing this year. I already did it and it was amazing, and I'm going to do it again because this one was a huge challenge. So for me, it's very easy for me to quit, social media, to quit these habits. But food is very difficult for me. I don't know why. So this one is being vegan for 40 days. Now, of course, you can kind of alter it to whatever you want to be, doing the keto diet for 40 days. But basically, for me, this was such a challenge because every time I ate a meal, I immediately thought of Jesus, because I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have a burger right now, but instead I'm eating rabbit food. So Jesus, teach me to be humble, teach me to be patient and understanding, and it's a great reflection on Jesus' sacrifice, and that is the whole point of this. So do whatever is going to make you think of Jesus every time you feel like doing that thing. For me, it was eating a piece of chicken or something. So highly recommend that one too. And I think I'm going to make a follow-up video to this one, kind of my whole vegan haul, because that's what I started doing from my Lent a while ago, where I just go and raid Trader Joe's, Costco, and all those other places, and I get all these vegan foods. So if you'd like to see a video of that, I'd love to post that, because I love just sharing things that I bought. So let me know. Now, the third thing, which is probably the most common thing that I've heard for Lent, is excluding meat from their diet. And I think that the reason for this is because we abstain from eating meat on Fridays throughout Lent, but I think it's even greater that people are extending it to every single day of the week, regardless of it being Friday. So if you want to try that, go for it. I can do that. Meat isn't a necessity for me. For me, it's more dairy and carbs that I am just very much oh my gosh, I need that. So I don't know if this would be necessarily a challenge for those who don't really go for meat without the challenge. And some of my friends, they eat meat. They have to have meat every single day, whereas me, I'm it's okay. So if you're into something like that, try not eating meat for a whole, the whole 40 days. These are going to be a little different because Lent isn't just about taking something out of your life. You know, it's not just like, what can I eliminate from my life for 40 days? You know, what can I take out? You can also incorporate something. That's what my friend did. For Lent, I asked her, I was like, oh, so what are you doing? And she said this, and I'll never forget it, and I think I'm going to do this for one Lent, one year, but she reads 2 books a week, and they're faithful books, like they're Catholic books, like stories, which I think was so amazing. I was like, wow, that is such a great idea. So I highly recommend that one as well. Educate yourself and really dive into our faith and what we believe. I thought that was great. So incorporating more reading time into your 40 days I think is going to be very beneficial if you decide to take that. And the last one, which I think is going to be so beautiful, and I think I'm going to incorporate this with me being vegan, is praying a rosary every day. I think this one will benefit the most because not only are you incorporating something into your day, but it's a prayer, and it's one of the most powerful prayers in the Catholic faith. Like my life, every time I pray the rosary consistently, it is just, like my life just changes and turns around. Maybe you can pray not only one rosary, but maybe you can incorporate praying all 4, because technically you should watch Gabby After Hours. He says it much better. But when you pray like a one rosary, or like the 5 decades, that's it, you're technically praying only the child version of the rosary, when we should be praying the 4 rosaries or the 20 mysteries every single day. So I might be incorporating that this year. I'm not sure. I really want to stick with the vegan though, because that really is like concrete for me and it really helped me. So yeah, so those are my ideas for Lent. There's obviously so many more that I can do, and if you want a part 2, please let me know as well. Thank you so much for being patient for me as I've been absent. I really appreciate that. Hasn't been a great year, let's just say that. I think there's been like 5 passings in the past couple months, so it's been a little difficult, but we're getting through it, and you know, my faith has been helping me so much, and your prayers too, because some people say that they pray for me, which is so sweet, so thank you so much. So please pray for my grandma, who was the one who just passed. She passed from COVID, unfortunately, and so please pray for her soul. I've been praying for her to go to heaven for the past couple days now because she passed away last week. And so have a blessed Lent. Please pray for my family. I'll be praying for you, obviously, as I always say. God bless. Have an amazing day. I love you. God bless. Bye. Bye.